Welcome to At Home with Vicki Bensinger. I'm Vicki, and today I'm going to show you how to make a prime rib roast. This is a perfect entree to make for the upcoming holidays, and it's so simple and delicious. I hope you'll stick around and watch how I prepare it. So the first thing we're going to need are the ingredients, the paste, the herb crust that's going to go on top of our prime rib roast. I'll be using a boneless prime rib roast. So I've got 4 cloves of garlic. I'm going to go ahead and put them in here. And I'm going to grind these up first. So I blended that up. Next we're going to go ahead and add the rest of our ingredients. I have 8 sage leaves, 4 teaspoons of fresh thyme. I have 4 teaspoons of olive oil and 4 teaspoons of kosher salt and 1.5 teaspoons of freshly ground pepper. So I'm going to go ahead and add all these into my processor. With my olive oil. And I'm going to go ahead and process this until it becomes a paste. I'm going to go ahead and take that out. Then I'm going to bring my prime rib roast over. And I'm going to go ahead and coat the top of this with my paste. Now I've gone ahead and washed it off and patted it dry. Now I'm just going to get all the stuff out. Make sure I get every last bit of this. Depending on the size of your roast, you may need more. I'm going to go ahead and just spread this out, and I've got this sitting on a rack, and so as it cooks, the juices will go to the bottom, and that's about it. Let me go ahead and pat this in really good. And this is going to add some wonderful flavor to our rib roast. Once I'm done doing this, I'm going to go ahead and cover it up with some foil. Grab some of that down there. And just pop it in the refrigerator for 3 hours. And then after the 3 hours, I'm going to take it out and let it set for an hour so that it gets to room temperature. So, that way, when it gets to room temperature, the reason you want it to room temperature is so that when you pop it in the oven, it will immediately start cooking. In other words, the inside will already be at room temperature, the exterior as well, and everything will cook at the same amount of time. If we don't do that, then you're going to end up with possibly the interior being raw. So please make sure you do that. So I've got it's 11 o'clock here, so I'm going to put it in. We usually eat dinner around 6, so I'm going to put it in the refrigerator, and then I'll probably take it out at around 2 o'clock. Is that right? At 2 o'clock, then let it sit out for an hour. Put it in the oven at 3. And then let it cook for about 2 hours. I'm sorry, I'll let it cook, I'll figure out my calculations here in a minute, but I'm thinking I'll let it cook for about 25 minutes, and then you leave it in the oven for 2 hours, which would be at about 5:30 till about 5:30. And then I'll take it out. So we'll be eating between 5:30 and 6. So that looks pretty good. All right, now I'm just going to go ahead and take this and put it in my, cover it up and put it in the refrigerator, and I'll meet you back here when I'm ready to pop it in the oven. Well, I'm back. I had my roast in the refrigerator for 3 hours. I've since taken it out. It's been sitting out on the counter now for an hour so that it could get to room temperature. Now, before I put it in the oven, I want to let you know how you calculate the amount of time you need to cook it for. You take the total weight of your roast, and mine was 4 pounds, 4.62 pounds, and I multiply that then by 5. So that's 5 minutes per pound. So 4.62 times 5 comes to 23 minutes and 10 seconds. So this is how long mine will be going in the oven at 500 degrees. Now your time will vary based upon the weight of your roast. Just remember, you need to make sure you bring it to room temperature first before putting it in the oven. Then we're going to cook it for the amount of time required, and at that point you turn your oven off. Do not open the oven door, and leave it in there for 2 hours. At the end of 2 hours, take it out, slice it up and serve it. It'll be perfectly done. So I'll meet you back here when it's all done. Let me put it in the oven. Here's my roast. Let's put it in the oven. And there you have it. I'll see you back shortly. And here we have it. Let me take it out. One slice. Absolutely perfect. Look at that. I hope you enjoyed this segment of At Home with Vicki Bensinger on how to make a prime rib roast. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Vicki Bensinger, and also I hope you'll stop by my blog, vickibensinger.com. And until next time, happy cooking and happy holidays.